So once a month, I host a faith-driven entrepreneurship group. If you haven't heard of faith-driven entrepreneurship or FDE, it is a group for Christians who are leading businesses, starting businesses, to support one another, to learn together, to pray for one another. And last year, when I started Fieldway, I was really feeling that sort of desire for community and support, specifically with other Christians who have started a business and are submitting it to God. So when we are worried about our mortgage payments, when we're worried about clients and contracts, and are we going to get the business that we need to provide for our family, our answer isn't to hustle more. It's not to pitch more necessarily. It's to pray and seek God and submit our business to Him. And I also was wanting to get advice from other Christians who had started businesses on how they dealt with some practical things related to business, like health insurance and taxes and things like that. But again, from somebody who was seeking God on that. So anyway, I started this group, and here in June, so month six-ish, I am the only one left. I'm here at a coffee shop right now, drinking my mocha, and by myself, because everybody else's businesses has failed. They've had to go get regular jobs. There's other struggles and whatnot. I'm in three different entrepreneurship groups, FDE, faith-driven entrepreneurship, being one of those three. And of those three sort of groups, entrepreneurship groups, where we're talking about starting our business and sharing advice and supporting one another, more than 50% of the businesses have failed, and people have had to go find another job. And I feel very blessed that Fieldway is going well, and that our bills are paid, and I continue to love what I do and get new clients, and things are going well. But that's not the case for everybody. It's really hard, as evidenced by this empty room, where the people who are coming have all had to go get other jobs. And so, just rethinking a little bit, how do we maintain community? How do we maintain support uh, around this journey of entrepreneurship? And like, one of the challenges I have with networking events is so often it's about pitching, and it's about like trying to get business. I mean, that's what a networking event is, right? But like, I live in Springfield, Missouri. There aren't a lot of companies here looking to hire me, to help them figure out the next right thing to build in terms of their software. Like, I'm a product management consultant. That's what I do. I work with software teams to help them figure out the next right thing to build. There aren't many businesses here that would hire me for that. I don't need to network to get business. From where I sit, God is my business developer. He's providing. He's helping me build the relationships and the connections, and He has blessed us in that. But I do need community, and that's been really hard to get, because you go to a networking event where people aren't necessarily looking to build relationship; they're looking to build their business and their business connections. And even the other Christian sort of networking events that I know of, they're very explicitly about exchanging business cards and finding new business. That's what they're for. They're for pitching, um, and that's just not what I want. So, recording this ramble partly because I don't quite know what to do next. I think I'm going to shut down the Springfield Faith Driven Entrepreneurs Group. I've tried to invite a bunch of different people. I've tried to recruit. I've sent emails and text messages, and I've had several people who said they were interested, but they never came. And the people who did come now aren't entrepreneurs. So I'm still trying to figure out what getting support looks like, uh, just in terms of like community and spending time together. And the statistics related to small businesses and startups, I mean, I'm experiencing that. I'm seeing it firsthand. I knew it logically, but I'm experiencing it viscerally now as I'm seeing people I care about, really struggling and having to stop pursuing this dream that they had, that they loved, and go get a job to pay the bills. It's sad. I wish I could help them more, but what their gifts are and their strengths and what they want to do is not what I like. I can't hire them. It's very different kinds of businesses, right? Um, but I want to support them, except they're no longer pursuing entrepreneurship, so this isn't the right medium or the right channel. Anyways, all that to say, bit of a ramble, sitting here in a coffee shop in a room that I reserved. I kind of expected nobody to be here given how the last couple months has gone, but wanted to be here anyways in case anybody I had invited showed up, and they didn't. So I think this will probably be the last one, and then I need to find community somewhere. Because even my online groups, like I tend to go online thinking that widens the net, you could find more people, but for those, more than half shut down their businesses. And those who didn't are super busy now. Like they've been very successful, which means that they don't come to our regularly scheduled calls, like we do Zoom calls. They're not as active in chat, and they're not coming to the calls because they've been successful and are busy. I'm working really hard to build my business in a way that protects my time. Like my whole goal with this was partly, I want to provide for my family, but providing for them means being able to spend time with them. So I'm very deliberately building my business in a way where I can work less, ideally. I'm not working 50, 60, 70 plus hours a week. I want to have time off. And that gives me time potentially for community if I could figure out where to find it. So, bit of a life update. This is going into the behind the scenes playlist as a result. Yeah, I'll be shutting down the Springfield Faith Driven Entrepreneurship Group. And if any of you have suggestions on a good place to find community that is just about the relationship building and support, particularly for entrepreneurs, because like there's a very different pressure of building your own business compared to having like a salaried job where kind of somebody else is looking out for you. I've had to figure out the insurance and the taxes and the operating expenses, and I've got to really manage two budgets now, our household and the business. I have to be really thoughtful about it. I have to plan ahead for everything. I've got a couple conferences I'm going to this fall, and I've got to make sure that I'm budgeting for the flights and the hotel and all the expenses related to that, and thinking ahead and it's not just like an expense report I'm going to submit. I've got to make sure it all works. And so I would love to have community with people who get that, like who are living that too, and particularly people who are seeking God on it. I just don't know where to find it. So that's kind of where I'm at. I, during the networking event this morning, was using Claude Code to fix some stuff. My next stop is going home and doing some vibe coding for one of my clients as we build out some prototypes for something. I'm loving the work, I'm loving life. I just, kind of long for more people to share it with and to support and to get support from. And yeah, maybe that'll come together. I keep praying for it, but wanted to send out a bit of an update.